Welcome comrades, back to another Minecraft survival video. My name is Cobblestone. Yes, that's correct. My name is Cobblestone. Someone in the comment section said that Cobblestone was a funny name to have, and then it made me kind of second guess and think for a moment about the absurdity of my name, but that is correct. That is, at least the channel name is Cobblestone. I think it's recognizable in the Minecraft context. Anywho, I hope that everybody is having a fantastic day. This episode is going to be a bit of an adventure. I was thinking about how I can mix things up and incorporate different elements of the Minecraft Let's Play into my episodes and find a way to increase the variety of episodes that I would be offering. And today I'm going to be venturing out into the world beyond this little base of mine here and discovering some new biomes, and hopefully I'll be able to source some treasures along the way and find new interesting things to account for. I realized that I actually haven't done any of this on camera, and only once before had I gone out in search of a taiga biome, but that was some time ago now. And there is also a desert biome close enough to where I live that I would be interested to know what happened. And as the introduction alluded to, yes, I finished. Well, I haven't entirely finished it, but I've gotten more along the way of completing the underground rail system. So I'm going to be taking my trusty steed and we shall be riding off into the sunset. This is certainly not the fastest horse that there is, so maybe if there's the opportunity, I'll be taming another horse along the way. But probably not, because I didn't bring saddle also. But here is the desert. This is something that I live very close to, but I've never taken the time to actually explore it and see whether there is a temple or some other treasures or goods that I could get behind. And my horse was sinking there as it wasn't able to stay afloat with me on its back. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get across. I don't think we will, but I'm going to do my darndest, and we got probably a little over halfway, which is fine. Forgive me for this, but it makes it quicker if I just give you love taps. No, that's a very gross way to describe it, but just help you gently along the way. And there are more doggies here too. Okay, here we go. We are on the way. Wow, okay, this is a tiny desert. If this is the extent of the desert, then that would be huge, because this is tiny. I didn't even realize how small this was. I hope this is going to, like, open up just beyond the forest, like it was interrupted some way. Oh boy, I see only water over the side of that. There's a little ravine there. I'm going to make my way across, hopefully without falling. There we go. And yeah, I can't see anything. Let's make for this river to see if there is something else that might catch my interest, though I might just be riding off indiscriminately into the world beyond. I don't want to go this way as well, because that's the direction of the taiga biome and what I found before, about 1,000 or 2 blocks over there. Also didn't bring my compass, actually. No, I do have my compass. Forget about it. I do have my compass. I keep it in the bundle, which is the best way to store it, I find. I'm kind of looking for items and resources and materials that I can put into the bundle to save inventory room, but I can never quite get it right, because you need the arrows in your inventory, otherwise they don't fire, armor, tools, and this stuff is kind of more immediate. Maybe I'll put that in there, and this. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I have the lead as well, I don't need that. Spare, and we have some black horses here. Very cool. And oh, I thought that one was about to jump down into the ravine. Yeah, this is actually quite close to where I live. I've been here before. It's a bit like Samwise Gamgee when he's leaving the Shire, and he makes the comment that if I take another step, I'll be the first away from the Shire that I've ever been. Furthest from home. The farthest from home, maybe. That's the correct English term. But I certainly have not been over these hills, so this is the furthest away that I've been in this direction. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it's relevant. The more and more that I look around kind of the immediate vicinity of my base, the more I lament the fact that I'm perhaps set up in a less than ideal spot, and it's actually quite beautiful in some of these areas. But there's, I can't sit here all day on my head in my hands, uh, thinking of what things could have been and having these regrets for where I decided to live. I just wish it were more mountainous. That's probably something that I'm going to think about if I ever. Well, I'm going to be building other homes in this world, so I'll be able to move those around. And yes, this is actually what I wanted. I've wanted to find one of these biomes. Yeah, dark forest biome. This is great, and it'll also give me the up. Oh, and there's a one of the newer pale oak. Oh, I forgot what it's the creaking biome, and I think there's a mansion in the distance. Though I might be mistaken, but I think there might be. I'm not in any mind right now to be able to compete and try and survive in a mansion. Though I'm going to check out to see whether I can confirm that view that is indeed a mansion. Yeah, this is great. So what is this? This is the dark oak log, which I'm going to collect a few of these actually while I'm here. And then I have the pale oak log that is up there. I'm also going to be collecting more of those because I think I do have them at my base, but I'm quite low on resources now. And I understand more about the mob. Last time I went into that biome, I was pretty confused by what I was up against. And that thing kind of terrified me, that the creaking, I think the name of the mob is, but I understand more about the mechanics of it now and how, as a player, you are able to defeat it, face it, survive against it, and the level of threat that it provides against a player. Not to say that I'm really in the market to outright kill it. Maybe I'll take mercy. I'm a fan of justice and mercy and civility, so maybe I'll try and befriend it, or find a way that we can come to terms with each other. I think if you wear a jack-o'-lantern, then it can't attack you, because it is only able to advance on you when you're not looking at it. I think that I might be wrong in that assumption, but something like that. And loving this axe definitely helps having an efficiency 4 axe as opposed to what I had before, which was, I don't think any efficiency. I think I just had an iron axe. Pretty pathetic. And I'm also going to collect the mushrooms because I want to get started on a more sophisticated mushroom farm. And oh boy, actually, that's not working. How do you get mushrooms out? Nope, that's not working either. Oh well, I'm going to look at that, and before I leave this for this biome at least, I'm going to come to a conclusion as to how I'm going to be able to yield those mushrooms. I don't remember if it's a silk touch or must be something, maybe it's shears, something or another. Minecraft, the developers love putting these little inhibitive provisions against being able to destroy certain blocks and get the materials out of them. Which is a good thing, I suppose, because it makes the game more interesting and less straightforward. But you do have to keep a whole host of different items in your inventory and tools in order to yield these things. In particular, Silk Touch becomes very important. But I think in this case, it probably wouldn't be Silk Touch. And I do have my armor on me, so as I approach this mansion here, which is right in front of me... oh, it's burnt down. What a deep shame. Wait, I'm gonna do this just in case something sneaks up on me and deals my entire number of hearts in a single blow. Yeah, there's a shame it's on fire, which probably make it a bit more difficult for me when I come to claim whatever's in there. I hope it won't burn down the chests or anything. But oh boy, it's also actually I don't want to. That is quite the fall down there. That's intense, and I don't know how to get around to the front. Maybe go the other side without risking my life. And that thing is entirely burnt down. Actually, I just come through here. I don't even think there'll be any mobs in here. I'm gonna get these while I have the opportunity. Ah, I'm on fire. Well, they did well with their melon farms, I guess. You would think, the number of people that live here, that they would consider putting out this fire rather than letting the entire mansion go up in flames, but obviously it wasn't on their priority list, and I don't even think, yeah, this is too far gone beyond the point of calling the fire brigade or getting someone in here. And there's some chests down there. I'm going to... I don't think there's anything in them. Yeah, and there's a chest there. I think, honestly, I just could go for it. Because I don't think anything's going to be here to attack me. I see a few bodies lurking around. But they, as I said, have bigger fish to fry than me. So the entire place has gone up. And that looks like it's important. I think I can use that for future armor amendments. This is the one with the axe. I'm going to get him. I think most of them probably would have suffered underneath the fire if they haven't burnt to death already. And it seems like they've lost a bit of health along the way. And that guy. Yeah, tragic. Boy, call the fire brigade, am I right? Not that a fire brigade exists in this game. This is pretty amazing. I wonder what caused it. Whether it was like a fireplace or something. You did think it might have been a fireplace. Or like it was during the rains. But it genuinely looks like it's been going on for some time before I got here. And I'm going to try and make my way across. Because I see some books. Oh. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like your entire place is burning up and you're still targeting me. And oh boy, that is why I did not want to get too close to those things. They do so much damage. Very similar to the piglin brutes. They truly are brutes. Brutes on another scale. And if I get hit again, then that'll be lights out for me. So I'm just gonna play it safe for the moment. And hopefully if I see any more... Whoop, what was that? It sounded terrifying. There's a chest here, nothing in there. I think there's weird how there's like nothing in these chests. My inventory's already full. What do you know about that? So this is a bit of a moment of intense concentration as I try and manage this all. And what is lighting me on fire there? I can't even see anything. That is so annoying. I better make a run through here. This room is not the slightest bit alight, which is funny. And I got another one of these. Smithing template, so I assume I'm going to be able to use that on netherite armor in order to uplift it. Or at least beautify it. Ooh. I feel like the further along I get around here, I'm going to encounter some not so friendlies. I did say that I wasn't interested in tackling the mansion today, given how undergeared I am, and how powerful I know some of these mobs to be. Oh boy. Ganged up. Quite fast, actually. Oh, I hear another one of them burning. Must be downstairs. I don't even have a shield. Probably was somewhat necessary to bring along with me, but we'll just have to make do without. And yeah, oh boy. Oop, this is all going up. Nope. I'd rather stick to the areas that I know to be a bit safer than those areas that aren't as safe. Oh boy, he's after me. Got him. Yeah, those things keep away. I wonder if they're going to be like continue to spawn in here, or I can just kill them out and then hopefully take my chances after that. But probably not going to stay around to find out. Yeah, as I said. Oh, okay, there's another one. Yeah, I'm probably about ready to leave. I think I've seen what I have, and there is not much to offer here by way of treasure. Oh, okay, actually that's what I wanted to get over towards earlier, was all those bookshelves over there. Because in event of fire, you must save the eternal wisdom of the library. Think about how many rare treasures have been lost over the years to fires, because how perishable the books actually are, and they're very flammable. A notable one is the destruction of the Library of Alexandria, which is a bit overblown by historical purposes. It actually wasn't as catastrophic as people make it out to be. If you don't know what Alexandria is. It was a city in Egypt, and there was said to be a great library there, which held many of the most fantastic and wonderful works of antiquity, and it burned down at some point. In antiquity, some people say that Julius Caesar burned it down himself, though who can really know? And I say it's overblown, as it is likely the case that it would have burnt down at multiple points, and it wasn't quite the terrible and single event that people make it out to be. Anywho, where is my horse? Where is my horse in the midst of all of that? Oh, this guy's vacated. He's like, lost his home. He's a refugee almost, an asylum seeker. He's having to make another plan, but I put an end to that. And now I'm starting to realize that this fire is spreading to the forest, and it could potentially implicate my horse. I really hope it doesn't happen. I would hate to lose my horse in a fire. Makes me sound, I'm struggling to like put that into words in a way that sounds believable, but I really wouldn't like to lose my horse in a fire. And I was thinking of going and dueling those people, but I won't engage them because it could get me killed. Very good chance that that will happen. And oh, there's my horse. See, this horse has a tendency to just wander off on me. It did that for a good long period earlier. Fortunately, it came back. Well, actually, it didn't come back. I had to find it after, like, rigorous investigation over the span of a very long time, including going into different perspectives, such as using the free cam mod to fly around, and I still couldn't find it. And then I just happened to, by pure chance, come across it in the forest on my way back to home after giving up on the search, which is, yeah, fortuitous in retrospect, but it doesn't paint a very promising picture for this horse and how committed it is to me. It is an infidel by way of its level of trust and faith in me as its owner, if you want to use those terms. Ooh, cool. Right, stay there. This is why I did bring the lead, but I don't know how often I'm going to be using the lead. I think there should be a chest here as well. I'm going to clear away the mobs. See, it does well when I'm leaving behind those crazy axe-murdering villagers who deal 6-7 hearts of damage in a single blow to you. And then I'm once again re-engaging skeletons who do half a heart of damage with a bow shot. Can be pretty devastating if they add up. Well, a nice variety of objects, though I'm already at the point of the tour where I'm now cluttering up my inventory with what I feel are a bunch of unnecessary blocks. I'm going to have to make some room here to throw these out. And those 20 bookshelves, they are a sight for sore eyes. I tell you what, those things are very worthwhile and hard to come by. So I'm glad that I'll have a surplus of bookshelves at the base, 2 lodestones. I don't know if that's actually so important. I don't know much about lodestones, but I have multiple at the moment, so I'm probably just going to leave those there. I like the idea of having a mending gold sword and keeping these leggings. Is that a good idea? I'm going to throw out the oxeye daisy. That has been left. My horse is up there. I should remember, and I heard a spider somewhere around here. There it is. Going to make light work of this guy. There we go. And going to continue on my merry way. There it is, just distantly in the fog, in the mist. Barely perceptible from this distance. A great mansion. You can still kind of see the flames licking the roof. That is funny. I wonder how often that would happen. You'd think it would be a frequent enough occasion where the whole thing would catch on fire, because I do know that there are fireplaces placed throughout the structure, and with the amount of wood on there as well, those two things are quite incongruous. They don't take well to each other. So likely you'd see quite a few fires. The entire building engulfed in flames. This is a very large dark forest biome, I must say. I think it's called a dark forest. Maybe I'll look that up after. My Minecraft terminology perhaps isn't as accurate, as precise as it should be after all of these years. So I'm quite impressed by how much information and basic stuff that I've been able to retain despite not playing the game for the better part of, 5-6 years previously. And I've just now come back into it because I was so inspired to make a world online. And I'm picking things up very quickly. Certainly, I don't think my building has like the tack that's required to build. My skills haven't completely been lost on me. For the most part, like looking at what other people are able to produce online, I can certainly see many others have excelled. And what is prized as a good build in the contemporary landscape of Minecraft building is very different to what it used to be, like even 5 years ago. It's incredible. Maybe I'll do a video on this, but how like the architectural styles of building has changed so much, and this is a very boring biome to be in. I was thinking that I would like to do videos on a whole range of different topics, not merely on these survival videos, these Let's Plays, but maybe do some like topics related to the game, and perhaps topics like not directly related to the game, but might provide some view or insight into Minecraft. Oh, look at that extreme hills over there. That has piqued my interest. I'm trying to scale this mountain and I got to a very precarious position and I only then looked down and realized how far the drop is. So probably take out both me and my horse. And ooh, a fox. Yeah, this place is pretty remarkable, though I'm actually now realizing that this is the place I came to before. I can't even remember which episode it was, but it was quite some time ago. I've just gotten here on a different angle and I could probably find the very location that I began that video at. I didn't intend to come this way because I've already explored this place, but we'll see what we can find. Oh, I'm torturing my horse. That's unfortunate. Yeah, there should be a village around here as well. And I'm gonna try and find some more dark oak saplings, as I would like to reproduce much of that wood back home and try and collect a bit of a bulk amount of it so that I'm not deficient by way of dark oak. It's something that I am trying to incorporate into my builds more, as it complements spruce quite well. It actually complements oak as well, and it provides oftentimes a bit more of a like prominent touch in builds than does spruce. I think it should be around this side. Ooh, that stuff I've wanted. Glowberries. Actually, oh, whoops. I accidentally fed a golden carrot to the horse, and it's probably in a bit of a mating attitude at the moment, but unfortunately for you, there is no one else here. Yeah, I'm going to try and get down there. I actually don't really recognize this place that well, so maybe I didn't come over this side. But it's a pretty interesting biome, not really what I'm looking for. I do think it would be cool to build something out here, maybe at some point, but not just yet, And what? That kind of like destroy itself a little bit. Huh. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm going to see what happens if I punch it. And yeah, it does yield, which is cool. Alright, I'm taking this back with me. What can I throw out? I don't need that, I suppose. Taking all of these, I am plundering this area. I'm not thinking twice about it either, because it might be quite a long time before I eventually get back here again. And by that time, the world might be completely different. I'm going to put these into the inventory, into the bundle, sorry. As I think it's better use of my inventory, doing like such, and taking this iron out as well. Look at that. If I had multiple bundles right now, I really would be doing well by way of keeping all this stuff. Why did I keep that apple as well? Strange. I'm going to try and harvest these glowberries. Okay, without even realizing it, I've actually come to conclude that I'm heading in the direction of my home. I was following the compass. I just thought to check then, because this all looked quite familiar, and where I was going was back into the dark forest, and I'm also trying to, well, escape that creeper there, but navigate through this forest in a dense thicket in the dead of night, which is perhaps not the most prudential and recommendable thing to do, but now I've made my way onto the roof of the forest, where it should be a much safer passage from here. So, I think, yeah, I'm just going to follow home. I honestly have, for the most part, come for what I've been searching. I have enough treasure to make this interesting. I do have 2 dark oak saplings, which is one of the commitments that I made, was to collect more dark oak saplings, so I'll be able to replant these back at home. I also didn't pick up any pale oak wood, but I do have those saplings available to me at home as well, so if I really do need to reproduce it, then easy enough. And also this biome is not far. I'll be able to come back here, and by the time I have elytra as well, that'll be doubly more accessible to just fly right over here. I feel like elytra solves many problems. It also deprives one of the joys of the many ways in which you can traverse the Minecraft landscape, including minecarts, horses, walking, all sorts of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for pure utility and practicality, then you cannot go past the... Oh boy. This is, oh no. Actually, my arm is holding up quite well. I don't... Oh, geez. Damn, they are doing a lot of damage. My horse is alright. Almost sustained like a full creeper blow. That all happened so quickly as well. 1 minute we were doing pretty well, and the next set upon by about 4 skeletons, a creeper, zombies. It's all happening. Oh, getting hit from behind. Kill the skeleton. And my horse is just watching on the calamity as it ensues. Oh, and multiple of them have swords. Like, actually, unless the one at the back picked up the sword of the other. But this makes for good experience, I suppose. At the very least. Hope nothing sneaks up on me again. Oh boy, okay. That was eventful. I hope the horde, the waves of the many mobs coming forward, is over. And there's one stray skeleton that remains. Zombies, they have been marketed as a social creature in that they, when attacked... Oh, there's a creeper behind me. The one in front. Sound effects coming from all directions. Yeah, apparently zombies will like call in backup when they're attacked. And I think that more or less happened there. Yeah, boy, this horse is very close to death, actually. Huh. I wonder how many hearts it got down to. It must have been pretty low on that explosion. That was pretty grim. The magnitude of it wouldn't have felt very good. And it sustained the full blow of the creeper on its own because I distanced myself by that point, and I think the creeper was upset from being shot by the skeleton, and frankly it was on a bit of a mission to unalive itself. But I'm glad that I kind of came out of there relatively unscathed, all things considered. Very impressed as well by how my armor was able to hold up in providing like quite fortified defense, which I wasn't entirely expecting. Previously, like I've been shot and harangued and accosted in this armor, and it hasn't quite worked very well. I feel like I've almost gotten to the point of death on a few occasions. But yeah, you know, we did well. We did well, and oh boy, I don't want to fall down there. And whether my horse can get up here. Perhaps this horse will need to be retired now. I think it's sustained some pretty terrible injuries that might see it out to the end of its career, and I just can't get up there. It's not a very good horse either. Not to use a pejorative against the dear steed that is just sustained a great blow for me and perhaps saved my life in some ways, and also expedited the trip by making it much faster than what it would have been had I had to go on foot. But yeah, this is probably not like the best ever horse that I've had. And it also loves to run off of me. Oh, and I just hit it. that's certainly less than ideal. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna let the horse like just sit down there and have some grass for a moment, because it's on 1.5 hearts. That armor isn't doing as well as I would have hoped it would have. Probably not loving me as an owner right now. It'd be very understandable to do so. Eek. After I just chewed it out and then almost got it killed on 2 separate occasions. We are now fast approaching home base. After some time in the wilderness, not even fast approaching, I am now here and I decided to take with me, oh boy, he managed to unfasten himself from my chain. Where is he? Is it this cow? There's another cow I had hostage, and I want to recover that leash. If it seems that he was able to break it, where is that cow? Is it one of these cows around here? And I can't find the leash either, so perhaps I'm down 1 leash. Oh no, there it is. Here we go. I think it was actually, I'm going to take both of them. I'm going to take both of them, and I'm going to get on my horse. They are coming with me. For whatever reason, I decided that one of the cows looked particularly juicy, and it could produce a very nice steak for dinner, where oh, okay, I've lost another one. Alright, that's enough. I think I brought them in from quite far away, and I now have my horse here as well. There's no better of a feeling than decluttering your inventory after spending some time away and not being able to enjoy and exercise your right to use your inventory because it's so cluttered and you have to make very austere decisions about every single little thing that comes into you. I don't know why I kept that string, like reflecting upon it now. There are a lot of things here that I don't think I necessarily needed, but you know, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna also investigate whether I can create some new bundles, or whether it's a craftable item, because I think I had 1 or 2 that I took with me to the Nether when I died on that trip, fateful trip, and I think I have 1 upstairs, 1 in my inventory at the moment, of course, but it is such a useful block. It would be good if I could keep multiple on me at one time, just so I could begin to stack things up. And it's more important than ever when I go on those long trips where I'm spending much time away from home. Here we go. This is looking pretty good. Many of my diamonds are down in the mine. I think there are a few diamonds upstairs, but by way of wealth, I don't think that I'm so poor at the moment. And I'm going to put some of these back too. And here's this poor cow here who was stripped away from his home over on that side of the river, and now he's being forced to live on this side, and he's quite confused why I dropped him off at a mine. Now these friends, all these cows that are kept in battery cows, he's looking at those quite confused and perhaps perplexed, wondering whether that should be his fate in the future. I accidentally killed some chickens as part of that. Oh yeah, I forgot when you have fire aspect, it actually gives you the cooked form of the meat, which is pretty good, to be honest. And I don't have anything on me to breed some of these animals, but that's okay. I'm gonna throw a bunch of eggs down, which does the trick for the most part. Whoa. Oh, there's another one. Came from nowhere. I think that's just gonna about do it for this episode. It's been more or less eventful. There were some entertaining bits and pieces, but thank you all for watching. I shall see you in the next one, where I'm actually getting started on probably the biggest project, definitely the biggest project of this series, and it should be fairly entertaining and informative, I hope. So thank you for watching, comrades. I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.